Hello and welcome back to Clownfish TV. It is me, Geeky Sparkles, and you're just getting me today because Neon is away. So it's been a whole weekend of just you and me together. So today we're going to talk about some different Disney parks rumors for Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Again, I want to reiterate, these are rumors. Some people have a real problem with understanding what rumor means. It may or may not happen. Some of them I'm pretty sure are going to happen. Other ones we don't know yet. But it's a roundup of some rumors I thought I'd share because it's Sunday and it's slow and we can talk about some of these things because there's a lot of change probably coming in the near future to the parks. I would say Walt Disney World's going to get a lot of it because they have to do expansions to compete with Epic Universe. And we're going to look at some of the things that are going around and some of the things people are talking about. So before we get into it any further, please like and subscribe. If you do, I'll give you a woohoo, woohoo. And we're going to talk about this. So we're going to start with Disneyland's big rumor right now. Currently in Disneyland, they are doing some work to the Haunted Mansion. It's going to reopen a little bit earlier than they thought. But when it reopens, it's going to open with virtual queue. I'm sure it's probably that or you can pay for Lightning Lane because they need to up their money. But a couple things they're doing to it is they're doing some things to the exterior. They were redoing the different tombstone area. They're adding another store, kind of like Memento Mori. I think they're adding some gardens themed to different characters. Yeah, they said the new queue, pet cemetery, shade structures, and decorative flourishes, as well as the gift shop. So those are being added to it. Along with that, I love this. Wrap on the table. It's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond. Love it. Haunted Mansion's like my favorite thing. Like I love the Haunted Mansion. People are like, you hate everything Disney. Do not hate everything Disney. There's quite a bit of things at Disney parks I do love. I just hate some of the things that they do. But the Haunted Mansion's one of my favorite things ever. And some of these rumors might be really good, and some of the movies that they could also go really, really bad. Now this is just for Disneyland. I want to stress Disneyland. The last thing they did at Walt Disney World was the awful Hatbox Ghost being added to by the endless hallway, which I personally think is, I like the Hatbox Ghost, but I think it was a very Disneyland thing. And I think it's just shoehorned in here. It doesn't fit. And I'm not a fan of it. Sorry. But the Haunted Mansion is a beloved attraction. It is a very classic Disney attraction. It has a whole history. There's all kinds of books on it. They're very interesting about how it came to be, about the different stories they wanted to do. They basically end up mashing up two different, like scary version and a funny version together. That's why part of it seems scarier and then part of it seems more comical. That's why they mash up two ideas into one. And the Haunted Mansion is just amazing. So in Disneyland, they're going to get some updates, allegedly, reportedly, to the attraction. The first one is going to be the body hanging up in the rafters. So if you're in the stretching room, and if you've ever been on the Haunted Mansion and you're probably quoting the whole ghost host intro as he talks, which don't do that, it annoys people. But at the one point he's talking about, joining the Haunted Mansion. He goes, "There's always my way," the ghost host says. And it flashes to the ceiling and it lights up and you can see a body hanging there and you hear a scream and then like a crashing sound. Apparently, one of the rumors is they're going to remove it. I think in some places they only have, I think Disney World, they only have a noose now. They don't have the body up there anymore. People have a problem with it. So they think they're going to remove it. The rumor is they're going to replace the ghost host projection with bats. Now, if it's cheesy ass to some of the other stuff Disney has been doing lately and cheap, it's going to look like dog crap. If they actually go out in and make it look like it fits the old style, like, I don't say practical effects, but like the old style, like, the way they made things work. If they make it look good, it'll work. If it looks really stupid or half-assed, it's not gonna work. At that point, I don't know what to tell you, but you can't really remove the ghost host. I mean, if you do that, people are going to be really, really pissed. So the whole point is that's why, it's supposed to start it off in a scary way. I get it. The bats I don't think is a bad change because I can see why nooses trigger people. But I'm just, as long as you do it in Disneyland, let's just see how it works in Disneyland. If it looks really, really good, then bring it to Disney World. If it looks like shit, they can keep it in Disneyland. Let's just leave it at that. So that's one of the rumors. Another one involves the bride. They're going to be replacing her, is the rumor. She has in Walt Disney World, she has the really realistic projections. It's okay. I mean, I don't hate it, but I love the attic scene. I think it's cool. I like the lenticular pictures and everything. I like all the little details. You don't get to see it very often because it's so dark. And when you see it with lights on, there's a lot of really cool detail in there. But I like the old version of the bride better. There's been several versions of the bride at the Haunted Mansion. And they're saying they're going to change her to a different version. We don't know if it's like a new one or what. But they said there's going to be a scene around her. And that it's going to be like, they might have projections on that. So they might keep her toned down so that you're focused on the projections behind her, which I don't know if I like because the bride's kind of key. I have to see it, I guess. But the reports are there's going to be a new projection scene around her on a window. And it's probably going to show her doing different things or try to tell the story better. Because if you don't know the story and you're going through the attic, they're afraid people don't get the story, even though the axe appears. It's not hard to figure out. There's all these lenticular pictures and their heads are gone. I mean, what more could there be to the story? But that's the alleged rumor. And going along with projections, the other rumor is they're going to change the hitchhiking ghost to be like Walt Disney World. So at Disneyland, the hitchhiking ghosts are kind of done like the same way that we see it done with the ballroom, with the dancing figures. It was with the Pepper's ghost effect. Well, at Walt Disney World, it's projections, and they interact with you, and depending on which ghost you get, they do different things when you're looking in the mirror. It used to be that the ghost would just be sitting with you, and the ghost would follow you home as riding a doom buggy with you. Then they upped it to the projections. Personally, I like that they do things, but they don't look as good as the original, I don't think. I think they're more interactive, but I don't know. I'm a classic girl myself. I'm not going to lie. Disneyland still had the original version of that. Now they're changing it for Walt Disney World's version, which I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. They keep trying to do stuff like that. So I'm sure that one I'm pretty sure will happen. The other ones, they're all just rumors until we see it done. I can't wait to see it open to find out like what actually gets put through it and what doesn't. And the thing is with Haunted Mansion, it's a slippery slope. Like you gotta be real careful what you change. People they're really, really protective of this one. I myself am included in this. It's like quintessential Disney. People get mad about this, but it's truth. There's the version at Disneyland is different than the version at Walt Disney World. I like elements of the Disneyland version, but the Walt Disney World version, is superior in a lot of ways. Other than the fact that I think the projections of the ghosts are a little bit better at Disneyland with the old style. But Disney World it's a longer ride. Some of the things that you go through the ride, okay, for like example, the portraits that change, they're in the queue of Disneyland where you ride through it in Walt Disney World. And I think there's different elements that each park has that make it unique to that park and make it a little bit better for that park. But overall, I think the Walt Disney World version is the better version. So that's what's going on with that. We'll see what happens. A lot of people are very up in arms about the whole thing. I'm not sure how that's going to go. We'll see what gets put in and what does not. So that's the one rumor we had to start. The next rumors are about Walt Disney World. Okay. So Disney apparently has put a patent in for a new form of log flume type ride. All right. So there's a new patent being filed. It combines two-dimensional guiding system with a traditional water flume attraction. They said, this is from Blog Mickey. They said the traditional approach to the water flume ride where central guide wheel travels on the middle of the flume and guides the post below. The system is not the one used for rides like Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but is similar to other water rides. Okay. So this is what they're showing. There's like the guide down here. In Disney's patent, they took to upgrade a square guiding bogey at the bottom of the raft. The bogey can then be used to turn the boat using unique underwater elements that turn the bogey, thus changing the perspective of the craft. So basically, instead of you're on a straight track, but your boat can shift to put your attention where they want it to be. They're pretty sure it's from Moana because, well, look at the image. All right. Now, a Moana attraction coming to Walt Disney World is not new. The rumor for this, here's one from Pop Sugar back in 2017. The rumor is not new. The idea is not new. But now we do have a patent being filed. Okay. And we're hearing two different places for this location. I'm hearing both Adventureland And that's where I've always heard the rumor would be Adventureland for Moana. Some people believe it's coming into Animal Kingdom as well. But Adventureland and Magic Kingdom is where most people have heard that it's going to be coming over there. Don't know if it's true, but they are doing something because they're filing a patent now. I don't know if this would be from like beyond Big Thunder Mountain or if it's something that a lot of people guess Adventureland. I have heard the rumor being put into Animal Kingdom. However, there's also a rumor for Animal Kingdom that we're going to get a Lion King version. I've heard that before. The only place I could find it was WW Magic. They were talking about it on here. I've heard this rumor before from other places, but they're talking that there might be a Lion King ride being added to Animal Kingdom. Don't know if it's true, but I have heard this before. So we have a Moana flume ride, which clearly this patent is for the Moana one. And then there's the rumor of a Lion King flume ride being added as well. Don't know. Hopefully D23 we get some answers. Everybody's talking about what they think is going to happen at D23. They think, pretty sure we're going to get more information about the Tropical Americas expansion. Pretty sure we're going to get more information about Beyond Thunder Mountain. People really, really suspect we're going to get a fifth gate announcement, which is interesting because I saw this clip and they were talking about it, they're calling it Dark Kingdom, which would be the villain's land. Everybody wants a villain's land. And I think that would be the best thing they could go with is a Dark Kingdom. And I don't know if this is for the expansion beyond Big Thunder Mountain or if they did another park. This one, according to this, is from beyond Big Thunder Mountain. But they do a Dark Kingdom. They're saying people are wondering if it's going to be like Dark Universe. And according to this person on WDW Magic, which, by the way, is a great place to go if you want to look for rumors and things. That's where we always go. Really, really good forum. People that know what they're talking about are always off and on there. So this one person, Premier Drum, always knows a lot about what's going on, said that that everything has been sketched with intention to produce for Dark Kingdom is very different from Dark Universe. It's not been positioned, hypothetically speaking, as a spooky, scary place, rather a kind of off-kilter, bizarro fantasy land where the personalities of more known villains can be explored. To me, that sounds like what you did with Tiana. You're basically, we don't want to be scary, guys. We don't want a dark universe where villains are villains. No, it's an off-kilter, bizarro fantasy land. I don't think that's the way to go, personally. But, when they're not putting Dr. Facilier in Tiana's Bayou Adventure because of voodoo, I'm not really, I don't know what I expected. But it's not spooky and scary, off-kilter, bizarro. That's just not what people expect. I don't know why Disney's afraid to be a little bit scary. In the 80s, they weren't afraid of being scary in some of their movies. I mean, come on. But they're just afraid of being scary, so I'm still not confident of any sort of approval on the concept as planned, but it's not an apples to apples with Epic Universe. I'm not confident of I'm confident they'll probably approve this. Am I confident it'll be popular? No. People want a villain's land, but they want a dark kingdom. Dark kingdom sounds like a dark kingdom, not it's off-kilter bizarro. Call it Wacky Kingdom then. But Dark Kingdom implies that it's dark and it's villains and it's the lair of evil and you're going into that and you want to be scared and that's where you go. That's what dark would imply, not off-kilter bizarro. I don't know. That's lame. I'm hoping that's not what they do with it. If it is what they do with it, they should slap themselves because it's stupid. The other rumor I have for you involves what we've talked about before, Journey to Imagination. A lot of people are starting to think that that's what's going to happen with one of the announcements at D23. Other people, including the person that was from this one, this Premier Drum, says that they don't think that's what's going to happen. They don't think they're going to do much more with Epcot right now because they're considering it completed. But everybody's starting to be like worrying. They said Inside Out 2, we've told you before, Inside Out was one of the rumored potential replacements for Journey into Imagination. They've been saying it for a while. It's that one, and then Muppets have come up a couple times too. But Inside Out just did really well at the box office. So people are very, very concerned that they're going to announce an Inside Out, redo of Journey into Imagination, which I really hope they don't. If they're going to redo Journey into Imagination, here's an idea. Maybe give people the actual Journey into Imagination version they've been asking you for. People have been asking for it to go back to Dreamfinder and Figment and more like the original. Well, they had the original and then they changed it a little bit right after the opening and it got better. That one great fantastic one we had for years and years before the current versions where they took Dreamfinder out. And they need to do something bringing him back. And people want it, and they've been asking for it. And the rumor is they're going to probably change it into Inside Out. And you might have Figment be there like a figment of imagination in Riley's head. And I really hope to God they don't do this. People are worried about it. They're thinking they're taking bets on it, and they're basically like, I put odds in favor of them doing this. They're like, well, the whole pavilion be turned inside out. I hope not. I really, really, really hope not. Nothing's confirmed. I agree. It's just a rumor. But we've heard the Inside Out rumor for Journey to Imagination for a while now. Muppets was also a favored one because they were touring it. They had Josh D'Amaro and Bob Iger touring it like last year. And they did some Muppets riding Journey to Imagination things. Like they had a video out. So people were concerned about it. I think they're going to do something with it. It depends on how much money they want to put into it, though, because they're going to have some big announcements to compete with Epic Universe. So it's also possible they just let it go as is for now. Who knows? That's why they're all rumors. It's all speculation. We don't know. This is what people have been talking about recently. So anyway, there are some rumors that may or may not happen. The Haunted Mansion ones, I guarantee you, some of them are going to happen. At least the projections of the Hitchhiking Ghost is probably definitely going to happen. The rest are all just, up in the air. We already know that there's a patent for a Moana ride, so that's probably going to go somewhere. This is probably going to happen at some point. But the rest of it, who knows? Anyway, please like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.